Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Cats and kittens, dude and dudettes. What a beautiful Sunday morning. Today's video, we're going to be going over the signal path, or the flow. To use Reaper to operate the X32 for streaming, live sound, basically whatever you want to do with it. And the view you're looking at, I need to clean my windows, is what I look at every morning. It's the mountains where I live, overlooking the beautiful town of Honeacre. So, what is our signal path? Well, we have the X32 rack. We're coming out of the card. As you can see, the outputs are going to be the blue. The inputs are going to be the red. We're coming out of the card into Reaper, into the laptop. We're coming out of the laptop back into the X32 rack. We're coming out of auxiliary 5 and 6. And we're coming into the Elias 8-channel USB mixer on line N5 and line N6. Now guys, the aux outs are line out signals. That's what makes all this work. Okay. Now on the mixer itself, I have 10 dBs of trim, 2-band EQ that I can use, and I've got 12 FX effects that I can apply to it. From there, it comes out of the Elias and goes back into the laptop, which then comes out and goes to the router, which then goes out across the World Wide Web. Okay, so the signal path's not really hard to figure out. The routing on it is absolutely simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Reaper and see what we got going on there. Okay, so here we are in Reaper. And let's go ahead and listen to what we got going on here. And I don't know where we're at in the song, but it really doesn't matter.
You ever been a fool bird? How did you feel when you were hanging out to dry? Did you want to know why?
Okay, so what I've got here is I'm basically using 3 plugins. I'm using a gate, an EQ, and a compressor. And I apologize, there's 4. I'm also using a reverb. And let's go ahead and listen to this. I'm going to select all. And then I'm going to turn the FX off and on, and let's listen to it as we play through it.
Feeling like a firefly working in the light of a sunny day, yelling at my old friends that I have left so they hear me say how I lost my way, how I lost my way, how I lost my way.
So you say, well, Dane, I can't really tell a whole lot of difference there. Well, guys, I'm telling you, if you record properly and you have a clean input signal, you don't have to do a whole lot to it. But you should be listening with a set of headphones or your earbuds or on some very decent speakers. And I promise you, these differences are going to jump out at you. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and isolate the lead vocal here. And we'll go ahead and solo him. Let me get my window going up here. And that way we can go back and forth and you can actually hear what it's going to sound like with just him.
Hands of a window pane, telling all my old friends that I have left how I lost my way. How I lost my way, just can't find. Well, I don't wanna be a fool flying into the hands of a window pane. Telling all my old friends that I have left, how I lost my way. How I lost my way. Just can't find.
So as you can see, guys, it's very, very subtle, okay? But the change is dramatic when you put it together with everything. Okay? Here it is again.
Heading down the back roads, trying to make sense of it all.
Can you hear that snare coming in when I take the gate off of it? Notice there's no more snare coming through. It's a cleaner signal. And you've got to do this all the way across your tracks or your inputs, whether you're in the studio or whether you're going live.
Telling all my old friends that I have left, how I lost my way. How I lost my way.
So let's go ahead and jump into X32 Edit and let's look at our routing. And this is it. As you can see, all my faders are at 0. Now the only FX I have going is I'm using the stereo enhancer. Okay? So let's listen to this now as we come up, and we'll see what this one plugin coming on the master left and right out sounds like.
Have you ever been a fool bird? How did you feel when you were hanging out to dry? Did you want to know why?
Now, as you can see again, it's very, very subtle. And if you've noticed up here, I've actually reduced the gain output by 5.5 dBs. And because of our routing over here on our auxiliary outs, as you can see, left, right, left, right, left, right, that's why I can get that effect coming through the Elias 8-channel board. Okay? And these are line out signals. Okay, they're line level. So what is our inputs? Now on my particular one, I'm using the card, but I'm also using the user ends. As you can see, all this all the way across for my card is user ends. Now this is where it comes here. Okay, the user ends here is the outputs. Okay, or I'm sorry, the user outs. The outputs are output 1, local 1, output 2, local 2. Now, what that local 1 and local 2 is representing is the card. Okay? My input source. What is my user input source? It's under my card. So if I was going to be running XLRs in, if I was going to be actually coming into the rack, okay, my routing would look like this. And as you can see now, I have no meters, no signals. Here's my in and out. Okay? So let's go back to routing. I'm going to put this back to the cards. And look at my meters now. Look how strong those meters are, guys. Okay? Look where my master fader is over here. It's below 0. Okay? It's actually a negative 1.7. Any higher, and I'm going to start clipping. But those are some very, very strong signals coming out. Okay? And if you say, well, Dana, look, man, I got mine set like that, and it's just not loud enough. Guys, I've said it 1,000 times. Then you need to get bigger amps, preamps. You need to get bigger powered speakers. Okay? It's not the X32 rack. It's doing its job. All it's supposed to do is bring in these signals. Okay? And that pretty well wraps it up for this. You know, again, the routing. I'm using the card. If I was using the my rack and the S16, it would be here. I would come over to the user outs. As you can see, they're coming out. Outputs 1 through 8 is local. Outputs 9 through 16 or 17 through 32, guys, are right over here. They're already set up for this. All I have to change is the user in, and I don't change it here. I can simply come over here and change it on the inputs. And again, you'll see the meters come right back up when I switch my inputs over to the card. Okay? So I hope this has helped. If you want to learn more about this, guys, come over to DanaTucker.com. I got a course up there, $200. Walk you through every single bit of this, face-to-face, hands-on, one-on-one training through Zoom. All right? Take care. God bless. And we are out of here.